Last week, the Saints were shut out by a very tough San Diego defense. They have scored only 7 points here today, but as in that game, they continue to stay in the contest right to the end. They need only a touchdown here to tie, as the Rams have been unable to score despite having the ball most of the game. So the Saints very much in this. Galbraith from Manning over the 20-yard line to maybe the 22. Jim Youngblood, Bob Brodzinski made the tackle. The Rams have shut down Muncie and Galbraith almost completely, even on short passes.
Washington's getting another field goal, a 54-yarder this time from Mark Mosley. That's his third of the game. They now lead Dallas 16-14 with 11:11 left in the third period.
Saints come out in a stacked eye and then shift off it into the split backs. They like to give you all kinds of different looks. Muncie cannot get wide as Jim Youngblood in there to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Tim, you remember last night we asked Chuck Knox about if he's going to have 40 passes today. He says maybe 40 runs. Right now the Rams have rushed 47 times in this game. New Orleans has just rushed 18 times.
Well, they haven't had the ball to rush it anymore, and
that's the reason.
The Rams have been grinding it out and not keeping possession, as we have told you as the story unfolds here at the Coliseum this afternoon, as we come down near the end of the third period. 5 defensive backs in now on 3rd and long. Nolan Cromwell in the lineup. Brodzinski out. Manning up the middle, complete to Henry Childs. It takes a big hit and holds on, and you got to have that kind of work. It looks like he has the first down. He does.
Boy, he takes a double hit. Take a look at this. A crossing pattern. Good place to throw on this nickel defense. But look at the offside help coming over and making the hit. Ooh, does that smart.
Isaiah Butch Robertson with Bill Simpson getting him from behind, and Robertson applying the large side of the sandwich.
Tremendous concentration on Childs' part to hold on to that ball.
First down for the Saints at their own 32-yard line. Slot formation now. Herman in motion out of it. Manning with time runs out of the pocket. Still loose. Finally taken down at the 35-yard line after a gain of 4. Pat Thomas, number 27, the left cornerback, was the man to stop him.
And was that a tough 4 yards for Archie Manning? Oh, he got hit from 2 sides. Boy, I'm so happy I was never fast enough to run.
Listen, you took your lump standing in the pocket a few times too, Sonny. I don't think anybody would debate your toughness standing back there. We've completed the third period with the Rams holding a 14-7 lead at the end of the third quarter. And we pause now for a word from your local station.
When 2 of Brenda's boyfriends show up at the same time, Rhoda steps into the picture with disastrous results tonight on CBS.
New Orleans will be 2nd and 8. The ball at their 35-yard line as play begins in the fourth period here. And while the Rams have controlled the ball, they have not been overpowering. You got to wonder how this club is going to do the rest of the year, as Chuck Knox, their coach, says they're not as good a team as they were a year ago, with people like Olsen, Jesse, Harris, Klein all gone. I'd like to hear your observations on the Rams' chances when you get an opportunity, Sonny.
I'm sure you will.
Manning deep for Herman. He's open, and Pat Thomas takes him out. Thomas was fooled completely by the shifty Herman, and he could not recover in time. It's first down at the 38-yard line of Los Angeles.
Manning kind of loses this ball. He has Herman open, and he throws a duck to him. Look at this thing. These are the kind you shoot down in practice, because he goes quack, quack. It's just, that's an end over end. It's an option pass because you can catch it on either end. But he gets the ball to him, and that's what it counts. It looks like one of Kilmer's passes. But Herman ran a good pattern, and big play for him, picks up 28 yards.
Yeah, Thomas fooled completely by Herman, and that gave Herman all kinds of time to make the catch on that little wobble from Archie. Big first down play by the Saints. Remember, they're down only 14-7. This is Galbraith. Galbraith hit hard, gained 5, maybe 6 on the play before he was stopped. Brzezinski was there, but it was Elmendorf, I believe, who really got the good hit on him. And Jim Youngblood, number 53, the middle linebacker.
Good strong running in there. You were talking about what's going to happen to the Rams or what's going to happen to the Saints in the next 2 weeks with these teams playing each other. The Saints play the Cardinals next week. Then they have the Rams at home. Still wide open, but I think the return of Jack Reynolds is definitely going to help this defensive club of the Rams.
Manning is 4 for 6 in the second half after going 6 for 15 in the first half. Galbraith nowhere to go. Got maybe a yard and a half. Manning is 10 for 21 on the ball game. Youngblood and Elmendorf on the tackle.
Here's Tony Galbraith. Even though his number's gone, he's a little ragged shirt. He has to cut outside because of the penetration of the Ram defense. And you see Larry Brooks. And I think talking with that man right there last night, he has a lot of respect for number 90.
3rd and 2 for the Saints. A big play for them here. We're in the 4th period, just underway. Muncie eludes one tackle. They've got him shut off. I mean, they had him shut off. Jack Youngblood was the guy diving in there, forcing him wider than he wanted to go. And 4 other Rams appeared with no white shirts blocking them. Simpson and Thomas forced them out, and they did not get that badly needed first down.
That was a big play. They're going to go for a field goal from here. 4th down. It's going to be a pretty good kick.
Except Zarro is a good field goal kicker. Last year, he was 17 for 23.
He'll be a 47-yard
18
attempt.
for 23.
47 yards. No wind to speak of.
Rich Zarro. Blanchard to hold.
Block. Oh, we had a little whistle there before the kick was.
Yeah, let's wait and see what happens here. That was a whistle really before the play was underway. Did they call delay against New Orleans?
Should have. Ball didn't get up. You see the ball was driven there. Sidewinders have that tendency. And they're not
delay of game.
Yes, they do.
Offense. 4th down.
Oh, what a costly mistake that is to have a delay when you're getting ready to attempt a field goal that will put you very close. A touchdown would then win it. Here Zarro can. They take him out of field goal range, and now he's going to have to. They're going to have to punt.
Yeah, got to punt it. So.
5-yard penalty. Maybe they feel field goal kickers before games. They line up and they tell the coach how far they feel they're accurate from, and 52 is more than he wanted to kick the ball.
Blanchard trying to angle it to get it out of bounds, but it bounces in to the end zone, and so the Rams will start with a touchback first down at the 20-yard line, and the Saints waste a chance to get on the scoreboard, and they continue to trail 14-7.
The closer you shave, boy,
The closer you shave, boys,
the more you will need.
the more you will need.
Great balls of comfort
Great balls of comfort.
to do it with ease.
Great balls of comfort.
Oh, just let Noxzema
Noxzema.
cream ya.
Great balls of comfort to you.
The closer you shave, the more you need soothing, medicated Noxzema.
Great balls of comfort to you.
Introducing the Ford in your future, the new Ford Fairmont. A new car designed for today and the years ahead. Fairmont's mileage ratings are the same as a little VW Rapid when both are equipped with automatic transmission. And this Fairmont, as shown, is actually sticker price less than this Rapid. Yet Fairmont has 90% of the head, leg, and shoulder room of most large cars. Fairmont, roomy but with mileage like a small car, and the lowest sticker price in its class. Test drive Fairmont, the newest, better idea from Ford.
Having dinner with clients is part of your job.
The trick is to gain a client, not lose a reputation. On Our Own tonight, following Rhoda.
Now Denver has jumped into a bigger lead over Oakland, 27-7, as the Rams bring it out. First down at their own 20-yard line. Louis Wright intercepted a Stabler pass and returned it for a score in that game to give Denver their latest touchdown. Pat Hughes on the tackle after a gain of 2 yards. It'll be second and about 8. Seattle leading Tampa Bay 24-23. They're really going at each other in that battle of the expansion teams.
Sean McKay's unleashed his offense today.
Second and 7 for the Rams. They lead it 14-7. Cappelletti, good hole. Cappelletti has the first down for Los Angeles over the 30-yard line. Tommy Myers is safety number 37, and Grooms, the end, coming way back to get in on the tackle. And Sonny, just talking about Zarro and wondering about them not going for the field goal after the penalty. Last year, he kicked 4 of 7 between 40 and 50 yards in length, and 1 of 2 over 50 yards. And we felt that he would have been at, what, about 52 yards on that one?
52 yards.
And the wind appears to be behind him. What effect it has down there in the Coliseum, we're not sure. But it did appear to be behind him. Hayden to Terry Nelson, incomplete. They ruled that he trapped that ball, and it is incomplete. Jim Merlo on the coverage. Second down. The Dodgers score is up to 10-0.
They better save some of those runs.
Lawrence McCutcheon has now rushed 22 times for 84 yards to lead all ball carriers in that department. Second and 10, Rams at their own 30. Tim Ryan and Sonny Jurgensen, 12:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. Los Angeles 14, New Orleans 7. Interdivisional contest here. McCutcheon, good hole. McCutcheon pulls out to the 44-yard line. Pat Hughes back to make the tackle on him. He had a lot of running room.
Look at this. What a piece of running. Little roll draw. Good blocking. Finding the open spot. That's his 23rd carry of the day. He breaks an arm tackle here of Tommy Myers. Chuck Chris coming in. They pin him down.
He's up to 97 yards, and talking to Lawrence last night, he said, I hope I run the ball more than I did Monday night.
You saw that Dallas score. They leading Washington 17-16 in the third quarter now.
Cappelletti gets 2 or 3. Derlin Moore, Jim Merlo there to stop him.
McCutcheon's now 23 carries for 97 yards, and Cappelletti's carried it 18 times. They're going to set some kind of record rushing today.
Wendell Tyler had a fair amount of action back in the first half. Has not been in there in the second half. He scored the first touchdown on a 16-yard dash. But the Rams using ball control now. They have the lead. Hayden on second and 7. Scrambling, but sacked.
Good coverage by the Saints and good pressure on Hayden. But boy, they had good coverage in the secondary, especially on Harold Jackson, whom he wanted to go to. They double covered him.
It was Eloise Grooms who got to that quarterback. It'll be third down, about 12 yards to go. So the Saints, if they hold here, can get that ball back quickly this time, something they have not been able to do too much today. The Rams have been grinding it out, and even though they have only 14 points, as we continue to comment, they have had the ball most of the day. Play is whistled down, and it's going to be illegal motion called against the Rams. Procedure call.
Doug France came out of his stance, but the left tackle came out early. They were coming with a safety blitz again. Now let's see, the thing that you, as a quarterback, what you're thinking about right now is that after the penalty, will they come with the same defense?
Illegal procedure, false start, offense, both offensive tackles, third down.
Now, as a quarterback, you go back in the huddle now, Tim, and you're saying, well, what if they'll safety blitz again? That's what they were going to do then. And you want to start thinking that. As Williams stepping back early, both tackles were called for it. Williams and France moving too early.
Third and 17. Well, let's see if they come with that safety blitz. Myers is way back upfield. They stunt. There's a flag down. And he's sacked by Grooms this time. Getting back about, A 2-yard loss on that play, our estimate would be, and a little conversation going down there.
Pollard and Williams having a little conversation. I think they call Williams. That's going to be a third call on him for holding today. But I'm sure that the Saints will refuse this thing.
Offense, number 75, declined. 4th down.
They need the football. You can't score without that potato, and they need that thing.
10:09 remaining. There's John Williams shaking his head saying, gee, I'm just trying to keep him out of the backfield.
No wonder he's holding. How can he see through that cage he's got on? God, you can't see through that thing, can you?
Rich Motti is the return man standing at the 12-yard line, at the 17-yard line of New Orleans. Glenn Walker will punt. He's standing at his 20.
Jim Stewart gave a good chase trying to block that thing.
Motti on the fair catch at the 35-yard line. So not bad field position for the New Orleans Saints with 10:02 to go, and they still trail 14-7.
Any time that's right for a cold beer is perfect for the consistently smooth taste of this one. Beechwood Aged Budweiser.
When you say Budweiser, Budweiser, you said it all.
Exxon announces a new motor oil that can help the country save gasoline. New friction-reducing Uniflow. Extensive driving tests show it could save over 200 million gallons of gasoline a year if only 1 out of every 20 cars in America used Uniflow instead of typical multigrade oils. New Uniflow motor oil from Exxon Research. It can conserve gasoline and save money. Look into it right here.
Tim Ryan and Sonny Jurgensen at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. A beautiful day here, 77 degrees at game time.
A couple of people sitting around meditating.
The 35-yard line of New Orleans, they trail 14-7, and boy, you're not out of it till you're out of it. And in this game, the Saints are very much in it. Deep, they're going for everything. It's out of bounds, intended for Gilliam. Monty Jackson on the coverage, number 28.
Seattle, every time Tampa Bay gets close, Seattle gets another one. They have 30-23 in the 4th now.
Seattle's doing more offensively against Tampa Bay than I think anybody has in the first 4 games. Isn't that the highest score against them? I believe so.
I think so. The last touchdown by Seattle was a Steve Meyer 44-yard pass to Sherman Smith.
So the Tampa Bay defense, which has done so well against some pretty tough teams in the early going, having its problems against Seattle today. 2nd and 10, New Orleans. Herman in motion. Backs coming out into the pattern. They throw it to Muncy on that screen out the left side.
Pass complete from Archie Manning to Chuck Muncy.
They got maybe 5 on the play. 2nd and 5. That play is almost like a run. If they don't get the block, he's never going to get much more than 4 or 5 yards, Sonny.
That's right. In going in motion, he gets out there, and he's out there already, and you have to get the ball to him and hope that somebody, you get those blockers out. You see Terry Steve, he got out in front of him and threw a block. We got Muncy down on the sideline. Let's hope that isn't
Larry Brooks, the man
serious.
to put the tackle on him, and
see if we can pick up and see what happens to him. Somebody could have fallen on his leg, or you see the pass going out. You see the Terry Steve 68 in there throwing a block, and right outside Hill was also out there. Back to live action.
Manning is complete with that to Henry Childs, the tight end, in a short pattern, trying to get the first down yardage, and they do. So the Saints on the move out to their 46-yard line.
Every possession now, Tim, is so priceless for the New Orleans Saints. They have to take advantage of this field position. They know they may not get the ball many more times. There's Muncy on the sidelines.
Mike Strawn, number 33, is in the ball game for Muncy. First down pass from Manning to Galbraith. Galbraith tackled on a good play by Dave Elmendorf. One-on-one, Elmendorf did not let him get away. Manning had to make a good play to get this pass over there because there was traffic right in his line of sight.
You see Hank there calling the play from the sidelines. He was looking at his little rolled game plan there and hollered a play out to Archie. And there's Chuck Knox. He's got to be concerned. He's put a lot of pressure on his defense today because they've only got 14 points. They've missed a few opportunities to score.
That's been their problem through the first 4 games of this season, and it's a continuing problem today, even though Pat Hayden has moved the ball club effectively. Don Fosterman said they haven't been able to score when they get in close. Second down, 10 yards to go. Manning has Childs open, but he overthrows him. Childs had the outside on Elmendorf one-on-one, and Archie's not too happy.
The pressure you can see Childs right here. Watch the move he makes. They had a blitz on, and this is why he beats Elmendorf. But the fact that Archie had to throw the ball before he wanted to deliver it, and that hurt him.
Now, I was talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that is the most points scored against them this year. The best previous effort by Dallas, not a bad football club, beat them 23-7. Philadelphia got only 13. Minnesota got only 9. Washington got only 10. So let's hear it for the Seahawks.
Dallas has got another field goal. This one a 52-yarder by Efraim Herrera. They lead Washington 20-16.
Manning out to Galbraith in the short flat. He's out there all by himself, and 4 Rams come to the ball. Elmendorf the first to get there.
Eckern, Cowens, all of them over there.
So the Saints are stopped, and they'll have to punt. Tom Blanchard, number 16, the leading punter in the conference, comes in. He's been a busy man today. This is his 9th punt of the afternoon. Waddy and Bryant are back to receive the punt. Waddy, number 80. Cullen Bryant, number 32. 7:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. 14-7, the Rams lead it. Blanchard from his 35, stepping up near the 40. Good kick, real good kick. And it's into the end zone. There'll be no return. It'll be first down for the Los Angeles Rams at their own 20 following the touchback. And so the Rams continue to control the ball, stop the Saints, and hold the lead.
Are you still chained to? Gotcha. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor lets you walk away, free from nicks and cuts. Its 36 surgical steel rotary razor blades are safely protected inside 3 floating heads to give you a comfortable shave that's razor close, razor smooth, for up to 3 weeks on a single charge. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor. It lets you walk away from gotcha.
Hi. Heading for your Avis car? Well, I'm the guy who checked it out. Yes, sir. Had the fan belt adjusted, the oil changed. Even check the power windows. Very nice. Gonna purr like a kitten. At Avis, we try harder. We designed our own car care program to help make our cars safe and ready to go. Thank you.
Herbert, is he family?
We try harder, Avis. Avis, we don't know another way.
7:31 to go, and the Rams will start from their own 20, 1st and 10. Blanchard, a 52-yard punt, his 9th of the afternoon, as the Saints have just been unable to keep possession.
This takes talent, Tim, instead of a football on your helmet. That doesn't look like the most uncomfortable thing in the world, does it?
McCutcheon and Tyler are the running backs. Tyler has not been in this half. He has the ball now. The rookie from UCLA, a flag is down as he's forced out of bounds after a short gain. Pollard, number 82, made the tackle on him. Tyler, 5'10", 188-pounder, the rookie from UCLA, the all-time UCLA rusher. Look at this, 10-2, bottom of the 7th. That's a long afternoon across the way here in L.A. at Dodger Stadium. And assuming the Dodgers cling to their narrow margin of 8 runs, that'll make it 3-2 for the Yanks.
Let's see who we're going to have this call on.
Our referee, number 28, is Don Wedge. Good voice, too. We might have him in an analyst job. Listen to this
I wish you wouldn't
pipes.
say that.
I think all these referees are rehearsing for that, hoping for their opportunity. They're getting all this experience on the microphone during
Use them on Sports Spec or something like that.
Little consultation here. These guys talk to each other an awful lot, and I think it's a good idea to make sure they're right.
Well, they have to decide on Which rule?
Personal foul, illegal crackback offense, first down, half the distance.
On who?
On who? On the offense, Sonny.
So one of those offensive tackles say, hey, you call my name out loud all the time. Call it him's name.
First down, 20 to go. The Rams back at their 10. McCutcheon got 3 or 4 and then ran headlong into Derlin Moore, number 74. This front four for the Saints has played very, very well here today. Grooms, Moore, Price, and Pollard.
How about this? The Jets, 2-yard run by Clark Gaines. They only trail Miami now, 21-17. Fourth period, 2:44 left.
Second and 16. McCutcheon comes out. Capoletti and Tyler now the running backs.
New England's leading San Diego 17-13 in the fourth period.
Oh. Deep. Another bad throw. Flags all over the place. One back in the Ram backfield, one downfield where Harold Jackson tried to catch the ball. And it looks like it's going to be interference against the Saints downfield. And what do you think back in the Rams territory?
In that vicinity where the flag is down, you could anticipate holding.
Tom Myers was the man downfield on the coverage, a badly thrown ball.
Chuck Chris has an interception, but his feet come out from under him. But Mr. Chapman had been called for a little push-in.
Pass interference, defense, number 24.
Mr. Chapman.
Holding, number 60, offense. Offsetting fouls.
Well, that's one good thing. They're spreading the holding around in that offensive line today.
You know, really, there's just been too much of it, Sonny, and I can't blame it all on the players. I think that maybe they've over-refined the holding rules. Every year they try to improve on it so that they can prevent it. We seem to get more of them. And I think the more simple they make them, the fewer penalties we're going to have. It's really been a drag so far this season. Capoletti and Tyler are the running backs. Tyler, number 26, trying to shake loose from Hughes, cannot do it. Another flag is down.
And what are we going to have here? Face mask?
Pat Hughes has been in there since the second period for Greg Westbrooks. We've had no injury report on Westbrooks. Face mask is the preliminary signal.
Now you have an opportunity. He called a biggie here. They can call that 5 yards at times.
Grasping, or if it's more serious, you get the 15er. And they gave him the big one.
Personal foul, face mask, number 54, 15 yards.
Pat Hughes.
First down.
There you can see right there, Pat Hughes holding on to it. It's hard to let that thing go once you get a hold of it.
Well, when you turn them around that much, that's when you get the big 15-yarder. They'll give you the 5 if you just give it a little grab and you've got a good grip on them elsewhere. So first down for the Rams out at the 30. They got a big break on that penalty after taking one of their own. McCutcheon straight ahead behind Hara and Williams. And Jim Merlo, the left side linebacker, number 57, stopped him after a gain of 4. 6:14 remaining. Regulation time, the Rams lead it 14-7. And Lawrence McCutcheon over the 100-yard mark, having himself a real good afternoon. It's his 20th time that he's had 100 or more. Second and 6. McCutcheon is second in the conference in rushing. 330 yards coming in today. McCutcheon again. This time they cut him off. And Pollard is a man to finish him after Hughes turned him back, and another flag is down.
And we're going to have a hold. Did they get this time? Capoletti?
Sonny, I rendered my opinion unsolicited on this matter. I know the fans would rather hear from the football players, and you're a quarterback that has to be the kind of guy that's set back by these holding penalties. What's your thinking about it?
Well, that's what is the difficult thing in speaking from as an ex-quarterback. When you have a holding penalty, the quarterback is put in the position to have to make a big play, and you're forced into a situation where you force the ball at times.
Illegal use of hands. Offense, number 22.
Yeah, they got Capoletti. But you're forced into a situation here like you're going second and long here, and it makes it tough on Pat Hayden. But being ahead in the game, he may not accept it that way right now. It's just tough. They're just calling it too many times now.
Well, next stoppage, I'd like you to tell us what you think should be done about it, how to call it. Hayden intended for Waddy, and they give it to him or not?
No, they called it.
He grounded it.
They got it on one hop.
Incomplete. It'll be third down and long. What's the answer, or is there one, Sonny? How can they cure this?
They're going to have to do something about the rule itself as far as what offensive linemen can do. They let them extend their hands. They can extend their hands as long as they're not wider than their shoulders or wider than the shoulder pads. But it's a judgment call every time the quarterback goes back to throw. Every pass play you have, that's why it makes it so tough, because it is a judgment. It's not a cut and dried thing.
Third and 17. Hayden needs it here to keep the Rams drive alive, and it's intercepted. Clarence Chapman. He's got blockers, but not right there on Capoletti, who stops him. But the Saints now in great scoring position at the 23-yard line.
We just said it. He gets forced back. He ran the ball second and long. He's got third and 17, and the quarterback is a man forced to make the big play. He throws into good coverage. Chris gets the hands on it very alertly. Chapman comes up with the ball, but that was because of the holding call, the illegal use of hands of Capoletti just before the play, and that's why he gets in trouble. The quarterback pays the price for it. Big break for the Saints. Great opportunity to tie this game up.
It was intended for Charlie Young on the play. Manning on first down, and did he have it inbounds? No. Thaxton juggled the ball. By the time he got possession, he was out of bounds. That is incomplete. He was open. The pass was perfect. But it's second and 10.
Let's look. He juggles here. Ball's a little low. He's still juggling. He has it.
Well, keep it running, though.
It. Wait a second. Oh, I got to give it to him.
Well, we stopped that right at the sideline, though,
yes,
Sonny.
You did.
In fairness to the officials, I thought that he did not have possession when we watched it live.
Well, it's all right for us to disagree.
That's right, you bet. But I'm going to go with the officials on that one. It's second and 10. Slot formation right. Intended again for Thaxton, overthrown, and there were all kinds of Rams around. Archie might have decided just to chuck that one when he saw that Thaxton was covered. Hey, Sonny, get it over everybody.
Well, let's take a look at it again and then see in regular motion, see if he in fact is juggling the ball. He is there. It's just a tough call by the officials. Really a difficult call. Again, a judgment thing. But both officials have to say that. Both officials, the one behind the play and the one in front of the play, agreed on the call that it was a juggling act.
Big play here, third down. 5:17 remaining. The Saints trail by only 7. They have never trailed by more in this game. They pulled back to tie 7-7. He's got time. The leads one man. Flips it to Muncy. Muncy does not have the first down. Flags are down again after the play was made.
After the play is over, there's a flag going down.
Well, let's see what this one is. Did somebody come into Manning late, perhaps? That's one possibility.
And Manning comes up limping also. I think they're saying he crossed the line of scrimmage before he threw the ball.
An illegal forward pass is the call.
He crossed the line of scrimmage before he let it go. But Manning is limping a little bit. Illegal forward pass.
Illegal forward pass. Pass thrown across the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. They have a fourth down.
Boy, this is an opportunity that they'll go back and think about. That juggle pass was really hurt him, because that would have given the ball down on the 10-yard line. Let's look at this again.
The pressure here was from Cody Jones. He's the guy that really created this situation for the Rams. 76.
You see the push out there. Oh.
Manning started to run, and I don't think he even had an opportunity to know whether he was at the line of scrimmage. Of course, had that little pass been backwards, then the play would have carried on. It would have been a lateral pass, but it indeed was forward. and he was already over the line. And so, again, the Saints, who were in here about the same position before, they took a penalty. Zarro was going to attempt the field goal, and they elected to punt after the penalty when they were looking at a 52-yarder. Let's see what they do here. He's on the field. This is a little bit shorter.
This would be a 45-yarder, really. He should be placing the ball down just inside the 35-yard line, which would make it right at 45 yards for the kick.
5:06 remaining in this fourth quarter, and I think that the Saints are correct here to take the field goal. You got to hope you get the ball back. After all, the Rams have not been exactly mowing them down here in the second half. Even though they have had the ball most of the game, they've got to feel that they can get it back. 5:06, that's a long time. Sonny, what do you think?
You still need a touchdown. You still need a touchdown regardless. If they make the field goal, you still need a touchdown to win.
And it's no good. So they still need a touchdown to tie. Zarro misses the field goal attempt. And the Saints come up empty once more. With 5:02 to go, the Rams will take over at the line of scrimmage. And it gives us this chance to remind you about a great boxing show next week here on CBS. The Sports Spectacular at 4:30 Eastern Time will feature Leon Spinks against Scott Ledoux, Michael Spinks against Gary Summerhays, Bernardo Mercado against Greg Johnson, and you'll see some big muscle men. The world's strongest men competition continues, and they'll be pushing wheelbarrows 750 pounds of weight uphill. And that ought to be plenty of fun to watch. Bruce Wilhelm is the leader at Sports Spec next week at 4:30 Eastern Time. Lawrence McCutcheon on first down. Picks up a couple of yards.
Look at this score. Denver 30, Oakland 7 in the fourth quarter. Jim Turner just kicked a 32-yard field goal. Kenny Stabler has been intercepted 7 times.
Holy smokes. That's hard to believe.
7 times in the game.
Pat Hughes made that tackle. 2nd and 8. With time winding down in regulation time. Capoletti, good hard running close to the first down. Hughes again on the tackle. And they'll have to take a close look at this one.
It's obvious from the play today of the Los Angeles Rams, they're going to go back and do. They may rush 60 times today. Capoletti, good hard running inside. Hughes and Myers in on the tackle. Pollard in on the tackle. He's been in on a lot of tackles today. That defensive team is going to be tired tonight.
Yeah, they'll measure this one. That was a good hard run by Capoletti.
New England 24, San Diego 13 in the fourth period. A first down here. I doubt very seriously if Mr. Hayden will go back up on top again with the football. He's content to sit on it unless he's just forced in and throws a real type of possession pass, one that you can be careful with.
Well, as in this game, it's not over till it's over. That applies over at Dodger Stadium. The Yankees back-to-back homers by Munson and Jackson have closed that score to 10-4. McCutcheon, big hole up the middle. Real big hole behind Rich Saul and Dennis Hara. Bob Pollard made the tackle, but way back, about 10 yards back. And that's another first down. It was 11 yards back, to be exact.
Ram football. That's Ram football. Good blocking, good running by McCutcheon. McCutcheon's carried 27 times today for 116 yards. Capoletti in 19 carries has 76 yards.
Hayden has passed only 15 times. He's 9 for 15 and 180 yards. McCutcheon going wide. Chuck Crisp made the tackle on him. And he got about 6 on the play, maybe 7. Let's see where they spot it.
You can see what's happening now, that the Rams coming off the ball and the good runners that they have, and the fatigue is setting in on that Saint defensive club now. They've been out there majority of the day.
14-7. The Rams lead the Saints. Wendell Tyler scored back in the second quarter after a scoreless first period. Manning tied it up in the final seconds with a pass to Childs. McCutcheon scored early in the third period for the Rams on a 1-yard run. This is Capoletti trying right tackle. Bob Pollard is there to put the tackle on him again.
That's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning, too. They'll let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning.
They'll be third and about a yard and a half.
He's at 2:10, 2:09. Hayden will probably come over to the sidelines now and get a little information. See if they have anything with this 3rd and 1, 1.5, 2 coming up.
They've got double tight ends in there, Nelson and Young, and Cullen Bryant into here to try and get that first down. Keep the ball with only 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. 14-7, Rams.
In stage 1 of my life, I couldn't stand dull wheels. I'm the same in stage 2 with my new 78 Ford LTD2. The trimmer, sportier LTD at a trimmer price. The LTD of mid-size cars. If you're a sporty guy who appreciates the finer things in life, welcome to stage 2.
Isn't it you in an LTD2? You'll never know till you try.
Welcome to LTD2.
A better idea from Ford.
Should have bought Mobil 1. The oil that saves you gas, you know.
Should have bought Mobil 1. Helps you start at 35 below.
Should have bought Mobil 1. Engine temperature heads 500. You're cool.
Should have bought Mobil 1. You only change it every 15,000 miles.
Mobil 1, the oil that does it all. Take it from an expert.
We've got 2 minutes to go, and the Rams have the lead and the ball, and that is fairly significant, and it's at the 44-yard line of New Orleans. Sonny, what's the bad news for Washington Redskins fans?
Well, in the fourth quarter now, Dallas has had a 59-yard pass from Staubach to Pearson. They lead 27-16.
Don't jump out of the booth now, Sonny. Stay with us here. Third down, about a yard and a half to go. This is McCutcheon. McCutcheon cannot make the turn. They have forced them to punt, and don't go away, sports fans, because remember that with about 2 minutes remaining in the first half, Mr. Manning got the best drive of the day going for the Saints, and it resulted in a tying score at 7. And they face that possibility here right now. Merlo made the tackle there, a big one, stopping the Rams' attempt to keep the ball for the remainder of this football game. And you can see that we have been talking a lot about the running backs of the Rams today, 79 times to be exact. Motti is back on the 10-yard line awaiting the punt from Glenn Walker. Walker trying to keep the ball in play if he can, get that short one, and it's going to be downed by the Rams. Let's see where they mark it. It'll be near the 10.
It hit Dennis Harris as he's going down the field. He was trying to keep out of the way at it.
So it is up at the 17 is where they're going to mark it. Today's game produced by Bob Stinner.
Who?
Robert D.
Robert D.
Hollywood's own. Directed by Tony Verna.
Anthony Vierna.
Sporting one of the great hats we saw out here this weekend. Our Associate Director, Ray Ball. Technical Director, Jay Fairman. All of these fellas doing their usual great job. Dick Oldacre. Thanks for the extra music, Dick. Engineer in charge, Pierce Grant.
Bobby Douglas in.
Douglas almost intercepted. I mean, there was nobody near that one except Isaiah Robertson, number 58.
I know he's got better hands than that because he grabbed one of mine one day and went 58 yards with it, and I chased him all the way. That's why he's disappointed.
Did he lengthen his lead as the chase was on?
He was almost out of sight by the time he scored.
Galbraith and Strawn are the ball carriers, so Chuck Muncie has not been able to return. We don't know the extent of his injury, but he is out of there. Mike Strawn, a good running back, is in, and Bobby Douglas, number 10, the 9-year man from Kansas, replacing Manning. Complete to Galbraith. Galbraith is tackled by number 59, Bob Bredzinski, short of the first down. He got maybe 6, maybe 7 on the play. 51 seconds remaining. Now, Manning, the question was Manning hurt on that last series, or has Hank Stram just decided to give Douglas a shot? I see Manning standing on the sideline over there. But it's Douglas getting the chance here to get that tying score, and it's incomplete and intended for Mike Strawn, a little low.
And fourth down coming up, too, and that's a big thing. 41 seconds. You saw that final Seattle 30, Tampa 23.
There is Manning. Manning is limping around somewhat over on the sideline, and we just got to assume that Strahm would have him in there if he wasn't hurting. But Douglas, fourth and about 3 yards to go.
He did. He turned an ankle, Tim.
That's the word we've just received. Archie Manning with a turned ankle. We've got 41 seconds to go. Seattle has defeated Tampa Bay in what's being called the Expansion Bowl. So this is the last shot. And it's incomplete. Intended for John Gilliam. Another low ball from Bobby Douglas, who came in there cold and tried to rescue the Saints here. 38 seconds left. Elmendorf on the coverage there. And we've got 38 seconds to go. It is Ram ball, and I think it's safe to say that the Rams have moved into a tie with the Atlanta Falcons for the divisional lead.
Here's a situation where I don't quite understand. I mean, you've got ball carriers. You've got Tyler that's been in the game. I know you're being safe with the football, just one play, but he brings in a McCutcheon that's run the ball 27 times and Capoletti that's run it 19 times for one more play and an opportunity to get hurt.
Well put. Let's see. We're at the 25 here of New Orleans. It is McCutcheon going straight ahead behind right guard. Time winding down.
That could be the last play unless they could stop the clock, though. They got their timeouts. Dallas 27, Washington 16.
We're going to that game whether you like it or not, Sonny. I got to tell you, at the end of our telecast, we're going to be joining the remainder of the Washington-Dallas football game. Jim Marsalis on that last tackle with timeout called. It is second and about 6 at the 20-yard line of New Orleans. Chuck Knox looking here as time winds down. They probably will not get this play off, and they will have moved into a lead with the Atlanta Falcons, who were beaten today by Buffalo 3-0. And that's it. The Los Angeles Rams, with ball control, have won this football game against the New Orleans Saints. A defensive struggle that saw the Rams go back to letting their big running backs have it most of the day, and they have defeated New Orleans 14-7 with touchdowns by Wendell Tyler and Lawrence McCutcheon, both of them coming on the ground, I might add. Tyler taking his in for 16 back in the second period, and Lawrence McCutcheon a 1-yard run in the third quarter after a long pass Hayden to Terry Nelson, gaining 46 yards to set it up. Archie Manning passed to Henry Childs, 17 yards for the only New Orleans score that tied the game at 7 at halftime. But there was no question the dominant force today was the Los Angeles Rams. Their running game did the job, and they have won it 14-7. And so Tim Ryan for Sonny Jurgensen saying so long from the Coliseum in Los Angeles, and will now join the game, Dallas and Washington.
Newhouse had 50 yards rushing before that play, and he got that all by himself after he left the line of scrimmage.
Joe Thigh has been loosening. Word from that area, the Redskin bench, is that Eddie Brown has bruised ribs, and he is not expected to be back again. Been a tough day, a hard-hitting day
for both teams.
Dorsett and Newhouse, the running backs. Second and about a half yard. Ball to Dallas 26, Staubach. And the Dallas quarterback all day. Gives to Dorsett. Dorsett got the first down and more before he was hacked by Ken Houston. And Dennis Johnson also. There's Kilmer with his pads off now. Those of you who watched Los Angeles defeat New Orleans 14-7, we welcome you to our broadcast of the Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas leads 27-16. Eddie Brown is back in the lineup as an extra defensive back now.
This is one of the most physical football games that I've seen in 4 or 5 years.
We started to run down the injury list. For those of you who joined us late, it would take a while. Newhouse slips a couple of tackles. Dennis Johnson gets him down.
And the clock is running. It's going to be under 9 minutes very shortly. And the Redskins have to turn the football over to get back in it. There's Kilmer.
Bill Kilmer suffered that injury late in the first quarter. Rested the second quarter. Came back to start the second half, and now he is obviously through for the day. John Riggins is out with ligament damage. Bob Brunet suffered a neck injury. He's gone.
Kyle has a broken wrist for the Dallas Cowboys.
Brundage had an ankle injury. He's back, though. Outside of Johnson. Johnson cuts back inside and got a Dallas first down at about the 46. Gerard Williams is the guy they're going after.
Boy, I'll tell you, Butch Johnson's coming on awfully fast. Golan Richards had a big TD pass, but the play you just saw was very well done and not in a hurry by a second-year flanker. Got a good block by Donovan, and he waited for it.
Roger Staubach has touchdown passes of over 50 yards, one to Golan Richards and the other to Drew Pearson. Robert Newhouse has a touchdown, and Efren Herrera has done the rest.
Almost 8 minutes left in the game now.
1st and 10. Dallas has the ball at their own 46. Here's Dorsett. Gets out of bounds in front of the Redskin bench. You got about 3 or 4. Final score in the Oakland-Denver game. The Oakland winning streak is over at 17. Denver 30. Oakland 7.
Snake Stabler intercepted 7 times.
Good gosh. Oakland remains unbeaten. Baltimore won earlier today. I beg your pardon. Denver remains unbeaten. Ball right at midfield here at Texas Stadium. Oakland loses for the first time. Baltimore has won earlier today. Dallas is leading. And that'll be all the unbeatens if they continue to lead. Here's Newhouse. Inside the 45, stopped by Ron McDowell. Good effort by Newhouse.
Kenny Houston and Butch Johnson elbowed each other in the secondary. I'll tell you who's done a heck of a job in the middle of that offensive line is young Rafferty, the offensive center, in for Fitzgerald. He has blocked very well out there.
How about this now? You can lead a horse to water, but I guess you can make him drink.
I wonder what's in the cup.
Whatever it was, the horse spit it back. 3rd and 1. Dorsett squirms and got the first down. Brad Dusick.
Did you see that body extension by number 33?
Look at Houston.
He got hit, wrapped up, and then the whole body just shot ahead. Watch Dorsett. Now, this is what I talked about, an inside runner. Watch. Now, here's the spin. Look at this. Full length out to get the first.
Golan Richards just tried to retaliate against Joe Lavender and lost again. New England has defeated San Diego 24-20. That now a final score. Here's Dorsett. Cutting back inside. He has been averaging over 8 yards a carry. He has not nearly come close to that today. Mike Curtis and Jake Scott made the tackle. But it still is exciting.
And the Redskins secondary is chopping at a receiver on every play right now. Don't forget, 60 Minutes will be seen immediately following this game. Nobody wants to miss that, much less those of us in the booth, I'll tell you.
It'll be seen in its entirety.
Entirety? Entirely entirety.
It'll be at its normal time on the West Coast, and of course will be seen in its entirety. 2nd and 5 situation with less than 6 minutes to play now. Dorsett straight ahead. Quick draw.
About 5:30 left on the clock. Redskins know they've got to get the football. They've got to do a lot of work. They're down by 11.
Dorsett has carried 15 times today, picked up 42 yards. His average today, 2.8. His season average now 6.5. I'd like to welcome those of you who have just joined us. We're in Dallas with the score 27-16. The Cowboys lead. 5:15 left to play in this football game. It's 3rd down for the Cowboys.